Yo, 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 what's going on, y'all? It's your girl, Rada Creator, coming back with another one. So today I wanted to start a new thing I'm gonna be doing about once a week, called God Conversations. So this was kind of inspired because of just the people I've been around lately. First it was whether he knows it or not, it was a guy by the name of YJ because he was having a conversation with some guy. I wish I knew this guy's name. He was having a conversation with this guy, and the guy was just on his trying to say, I'm woke. Are you woke? And are you socially conscious? Are you this? Are you that? And he kept asking YJ like questions about life, about his philosophies, about all this different stuff. And then he was like, do you I forgot what he said, but he said, like, do you believe in the Bible or do you believe in Christianity? I don't know which one he said. And he was like trying to, but everything YJ would say, he was like, man, you AI, talking about artificial intelligence. And I just started cracking up because, that's what he started doing. So, hi, how are you? You're welcome to comment, to hit the link and everything if you have any questions that you want answered by the Most High Divine God. But you'll understand in a minute. I'll break it all down. But anyway, it was inspired. So it was inspired by uh this guy and YJ going back and forth and like I think the guy was asking about either uh, the Bible or he was talking about Christianity as a whole. I don't know, but he was just like asking him all these questions, like, "Are you woke? Are you socially conscious?" And da da da. And he was like, "So, do you believe in the Bible or do you believe in Christianity?" I don't know which one he said, but YJ was like, I believe that the Bible, or I don't know if he said Christianity or the Bible, was taken by ancient Egyptians and da 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 da. So I was like, okay, YJ, you better know your stuff. So I'm just like encouraging him to go to plead his case to this guy because every time YJ say something the guy didn't respect, he'd be like, man, you AI, you artificial intelligence. Like, but anyway, so and another thing that inspired me to do this is because, well, also God told me to do this, but but this female I was talking to came to my channel from the channel that I was just talking about where YJ resides at. So this female asked me a question and I was like, oh no, I don't discuss religion and I don't discuss politics on my channel because that's like a sure way to create division and alienate people. But when I asked God, should I say my piece on here? God said, yeah. God want me to say God's piece on here. What the things that God told me on here. So I have found the way to have divine conversations with God on these things called divining rods. Now, these things have been seen back in history. I mean, as a recent, I don't I don't know how I should say this. I don't want to say as early because it was earlier than that. It's just that's the first place I seen it at. So on King Tut's tomb, it is two things that is literally crossing over him. They call it back in the day. Well, no, people nowadays were saying that it was called the crook and the flail. Um, Also in the Bible, it's called thy rod and thy staff. Okay, but I call them divining rods. Some people call them dowsing rods. But I call them divining rods because it's a way to access God and your ancestors and to get answers. So that's why I said it be you more than welcome to hit the link to ask any questions, put any questions in the chat, or hit the link and ask any questions directly and get your answers from the Most High Divine God because I have found out some very amazing knowledge from these things. I've had them for about maybe 2 years now or go close. No, maybe like a year and a half. Yeah, because I got them on, to be exact, I got them on 10/4/2021. I'll never forget that because that is my nephew's birthday that had passed on. So I know what date it was. So anyway, so like I was saying before, welcome, welcome. Um, so I think I kind of broke down what are divine rods, but they are these things. If you don't hear them, they're hitting me right now. They are anxious to get started. Okay, so but they are hitting me right now just to express that they are responding to the conversation. Um, but through these divine rods, I could talk to my ancestors, your ancestors, the ancestors, but most importantly, the most high divine God. And whenever God feels like it, God will trump the whole conversation and take over the whole conversation and say whatever needs to be said from God. Okay. And that is what happened to me on the very first day, kind of the very first 24 hours that I got these rods. And I just wanted to share with people what I was told. God wants me to do this. It might be very taboo. It might be very controversial. Let me shout out a trigger warning now because what I have to say, people are not going to be willing to hear some of them, but God told me to say it. God told me to use my channel to say what God has told me, and that's what I'm going to do. So whatever happens, happens. Now, welcome. Hey, Josh. Hey, baby. How you been? Hey, Hippo Heart. Hey, sweetie. Look at my man from coming out the woodworks. Hey, y'all. Yeah. So if y'all have any questions that y'all would like to ask the Most High Divine God, you're more than welcome to put it in the chat or hit the link and come up. Okay. So if you want to do it like that, it's okay. So, what was I gonna say? So, when the first day that I got these rods, I was so I just went crazy with them. The first thing I did for anybody who was interested in getting divine rods of their own, um, the first thing I did is I prayed over them like, okay, so please let this be um God filled answers, God energy that comes through these to answer me about anything. Even if I talk to, cause you could talk to other people, but just make sure that it's, what? Okay. Okay. I'm about to ask that now. I'm so sorry, baby. So, was that where you was last year, Josh? So, let, let me stop getting in my feelings and let me ask what Josh wants answered, first of all. So, God, okay, will Josh have his own home, God, before spring, God? Yes. But the way that it was answered, hey, Troll. So, hey, Sicky, how you feeling? You all broke up and dismantled. How you feeling, Troll? So, if y'all don't know, Troll just had operation, so he a little under the weather, so he can't move around. So I'm just bothering him, telling him he broke up, and But everybody send their warm wishes and prayers for Troll. So, but he is a troll though. So anyway, so, but yes. What was you saying, baby Josh, about it was October the 7th? You talking about the last time we talked when I came on your channel and stuff? Yeah. So anyway, right? So let me ask that. Will it be by spring when Josh get his place? God. Oh, they said yes, but they said it in a slow way, which means it's going to be pretty close to that. That's what it means. The way it was answered, the yes, it means it's going to be pretty close to that. So, Is it any way you can narrow it down a little more exact? Could you tell me the month, God? Yep. So, okay. Will Josh get his place in January? No. February? March? Yep. You're going to get your place in March, Josh. You're going to get your place in March. So, pray on it, believe in it, envision it, envision what place you want, and watch your place look like what you envision. Serious, baby. So let me put that back up. I knocked my little thing down. So anyway, so what was I saying? Okay, so um now I was saying the first night that I got but like I said, y'all welcome to put in any questions you have for the Most High Divine God. So Josh just got his first answer. You're gonna be in your place by March, baby. In March, you're gonna be there. Yep. So anyway, so oh, God saying yes, yes, yes. Yep, yep. So anyway, um, so the first day that I got my rides or whatever, I was just so excited with messing with them. I just think outside the box as a human being. I just don't think the way other people would think. They would just ask regular questions. Not trying to say regular questions, but I was thinking, okay, so now I got access to anybody I ever wanted to know anything from and all of that. So I asked DMX, okay, I asked, did DMX really die of an overdose? Because I swore he didn't. Because that man was clean a week before on Drink Champs. He was turning down the weeds. So why would he have died from a drug overdose? So I asked that, right? And the answer was absolutely not. Absolutely not. He did not die of no drug overdose. If it was a drug overdose, it wasn't from no street drugs. It was from people he trusted with his medical health. And I'm going to say, in the best way that I could put it without getting snatched off the thing, it was the agenda that they've been pushing in our arms as of late since 2020, if you know what I mean. So if you watch Drink Champs, the one that he was on a week before he passed, okay, transitioned over into the afterlife. If you watch that Drink Champs, it was a long one though. It was like 2 hours and 40 minutes or something like that. So if you watch that one, he was saying that as soon as it becomes available to people 50 and over or something, he was gonna get that needle. So what I was told of how something happened to him, I was told that he was supposed to get one brand of needle. He was supposed to get one brand. So it was one of them brands that you get one needle one time, and then at another time you get another needle, and then you're supposed to be covered. But they messed up and gave him one of the times the other brand of needle that is supposed to knock out the whole thing that you need in one prick, one stick, if you know what I mean. Okay. So it was like he had the equivalent of 3 doses in his body, which drove him into, I guess you could say, their version of from what they gave him an overdose, but it wasn't no street drug overdose. He wasn't dealing with no drugs. That man was clean. He was turning down the weed at Drink Champs. He did not die of no drug overdose. And because of what they put too much of that in his body, it made him have a stroke. Okay. And it was not from no drugs, point blank, period. So now I just want to clear his name. I feel like that's almost one of my life missions. I'm not playing because I don't like the way that his label, oh God, this is probably right down Troll's alley. But I don't like the way his label pushed that agenda, or his management or whoever said that. They said it was from an overdose right off the bat, which is a lie. And so when they found out that's not the case, they should have cleared that up. And they did not. And I didn't like that. So let me clear it up. Every time it come up, every time I think about it, I'm gonna say it. So anyway, look, you hear that? You hear the rise? I'm like, yes. Mm-hmm. Yup. I'm gonna clear it right up because don't be trying to smear that man name. He was clean. So anyway, um, so I was asking different questions like that all through, the night. I was up all night the first night I got these rides. So I was asking all different questions, just anybody I could think of, whatever I wanted to know that I didn't never know. I was just asking those type of questions, like just different questions that I never had a chance to ask them. And now I got access to them to ask it. And I was telling them about something I had wanted to do. Um, I never did it. I might do it still. They were saying it's fire. They were saying that the idea is fire. But it was like the people that's on the other side that actually gave their life up for us, okay? That the ones that died because they was trying to fight for us. I mean, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s, the Black Panthers, the Malcolm X's, the Nelson Mandela's, like that type of people. Oh crap! All right, damn, I forgot. I meant to turn that off. I forgot. So anyway, right? So what was I saying? Oh, so the people that um let me turn this off now because I don't want it to happen again. She's still calling. Wait a minute. God. Okay. Let me turn this off real quick. Excuse me for a second, people. All right, yeah. So anyway, right? Um, so the people that have died for the people on this earth, trying to get them human rights, civil rights, what is due to us, especially being as though we are the original uh beings to grace this earth. So those people like Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, the Black Panthers, Nelson Mandela, anybody who um Gandhi, everybody like that. I was talking to them about like having a show where I would be able to, but one of the ways I wanted to talk to them, I had to stop using because God told me to stop using it. But so I wanted to have a show where I asked them my questions and they answered my questions and tell me how they feel, what they feel we need to do to bring humanity or to bring our people into progress, to get the progress that we never quite got. Okay, what do we need to do to get our people on the right track, and what is the state of our people, and what do we need to do to make it happen the way they envisioned it happen? So I was supposed to be doing something like that, and I was talking to them about that. We was just having all different types of conversations, right? So we was up to like 5, 6 in the morning, right? So where I'm from, at 5 in the morning, gospel comes on. So when the gospel came on, hold on, let me make sure my thing is receiving right. I just feel like the thing ain't. Wait a minute. I'm trying to. I don't know why it's doing that. Wait a minute. 1 second, yo. I'm just trying to make sure. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Wait a minute. Oh shucks. Hold up. I'm trying to get my reception right. It's only got one bar of reception. I just want to make sure it don't start breaking up because let's see. All right, so come on now. Mm, all right. Well, anyway, Am I good? Whoever's in here, am I good? Can y'all hear me? Am I breaking up or anything? Can you please tell me? Put that in the chat. Let me know. Cause I just want to make sure I'm not breaking up. I don't. Um, damn, that's crazy. I wonder if it's off of my. No, I don't know. Am I good? Y'all ain't telling me crap. I'm good. Okay. All right. All right. So thank you. So I was talking to my rise that night, the whole night. I was up till probably 5 and 6 in the morning. So where I'm from, at 5 o'clock in the morning, the gospel channel comes on, right? So so um it was this song called No Ordinary Worship, right? So it'd be like, this ain't no ordinary worship. So, right, this ain't no ordinary song. The God I serve is greater than the ordinance. Or something about, and I'm going to give them all I got in this world, right? So, it's a part of that song where it'd be like, and I was like, this my song. And I was like, hold up. I stopped talking to the ancestors and God. Well, I stopped talking to the ancestors. I was not reaching out for God, but I did bless it through God. So I was like, hold up. I was actually talking to the Black Panthers, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, all them type of people at that time, because that's what I was running by them, right? So I was like, hold up, this is my song. And I started listening to this song. And it was like, let me tell you a story about a man from Galilee, right? You heard what I said, Galilee, a man from Galilee. Then it was like, he healed the rich and made the blind see, right? So he said he healed the sick and made the blind see, right? And so when that came on, they crossed it across me to say no, right? Somebody did this, right? I was just singing a song, but somebody crossed it when I sung that part. And so I paid attention to that, right? And then they came uncrossed again, right? And then I can't remember what else to say, but at the end it says, and in 3 days he rose with power. And it was like, in 3 days, he rose with power. And when they said that, the thing crossed again and said no. And it stayed there till the whole song was off. Right? So I like, all right, I'm gonna address that right when I finish, because that's my song. I was singing my song, I finished singing my song. So I was like, who just said that? Because remember, I told you I was talking to all these different people. So I was like, who just said that? I was like, Reverend Dr. Martin King, did you just say that? Because I just figure maybe religion, maybe it's somebody that's religious. So I was like, did you just say that? He was like, no. I was like, so and so. I just went around the line of the people I was talking to. I remember Rev Doc was one of them that I was talking to. And I asked the Black Panthers, that everybody like, no. So I'm like, who will say that? I said, God, did you say that? God said, yes. God told me that's not true. I was just singing a song, right? But when I thought about it, right? Oh, when I was working at a certain place, I do a whole different type of work than what I did at this time. So when I was working at this certain place, uh I was like, yo, I want to ask God, cuz I used to use all these spiritual tools, but I didn't have this type of tool. So I was like, I want to ask God, is Jesus real? But I don't want to ask that in my house, cuz if I'm wrong, I don't want no type of stuff coming at me. That's why I said it's a trigger warning. But I was like, I want to ask God, is that real? And I don't want nothing coming back at me, if I'm wrong. So, but I was like, I'm not gonna ask it in my house. So, as fate would have it, I never end up going back to that job where I would have been able to do that in an outside place, right? So God brought it to me. And when I was singing that song was about Jesus. And everywhere where it was not true, God crossed it and said no. Now, I'm not telling y'all what to believe. I'm not trying to put nobody in an uproar. I'm not trying to come at nobody's faith. I respect everybody's belief, but God told me to put these things out here. God told me to tell y'all the conversations that God has had with me. So when I asked that, I was like, was that you, God? God was like, yeah. God took over the whole conversation. God was talking to totally different people, and God just took over that to tell me that because God knew I would not ask inside my own house because of what I said. And God just took that opportunity that presented itself to answer my question. So that's what happened or whatever. So I was like, are you saying that that's not true? And God said it's not. So I was like, okay, because as far as that type of thing goes, I always had my own sort of beliefs. So so I would be like, okay. So when it comes to the Trinity, everybody would be trying to tell me, like pastors and congregations and family would try to tell me that, Jesus is God. And I'm like, no, Jesus ain't God, because if Jesus was God, it wouldn't be a person named Jesus, and it wouldn't be a spirit named Jesus and a spirit named God. Wouldn't be two different things. They're not the same thing. They might all work together for the same reason or same purpose or same good, but they're two different things. And I was like, and I could prove it to y'all because in Ezekiel, but I can't remember exactly the verse, but it's either in Ezekiel or Revelations. I can't remember no more because this was a long time ago when I learned this. So, in either in Ezekiel or in Revelations, the part where it be red writing, where it's supposed to be Jesus saying this. Okay. So I was like, even in the Bible, it says that Jesus said, don't call no man father, uh, for you have one father, not even me. He just said even me, but for ancient talk, that means not even me. It don't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. And then he said, don't call no man master, for you only have one master, even me, meaning not even me. And that was for, um, I assume, for the rabbis, because rabbi in Hebrew means master. I don't know if y'all know that, but yeah, it does. So they were saying it. So anyway, and I guess that was for the actual, I don't know if it was for the slave, but they would say it was. But something about the Bible tells me that people revised that in slavery times, trying to control people. So anyway, this is, I would say, volume 1 of my God Conversations. This was the first conversation that I had with God. I dove deeper. I asked more questions than that. I asked, did that, so God was telling me that it wasn't real. So I went deeper and asked, so once that wasn't real, it was no need to ask about the birth and immaculate conception, because God is telling me that's not real. So I just asked a lot of different questions. I was like, so are you just saying that uh Jesus? And so I went into the whole particulars of, I was like, are you saying like that wasn't his name? And God was saying, no, no, that's not what I'm saying. So I said, so it wasn't no, like, even Joshua, that's not, and God was like, no, no. So I just thought of it from God's perspective, like how angry and offended and disrespected has God been all these years that God created all this? God gave us every blessing that we have. God did all these things for us. And we sitting up here worshiping somebody that's not real and calling them God. Have you ever thought about that? So this is volume one of God Conversations. And I just wanted to tell y'all what God said to me and spread it to the masses. You could love it or hate it. It's okay. I'm not here to sway nobody to believe what I believe. I'm just telling you what God said to me. So thank you for being here, whoever was here. If you have any questions, now is the time to put it in the chat or to come up and hit the link. It's up to you. If not, I'll just give a little bit of time. So, you also, if you would wish to support my channel, my Cash App is scrolling across the bottom. You also have another way to give. I have a PayPal, but I don't have it listed in the description box right now. I will double back on my description box and fix that and list it. So I'm not even going to talk about it right now. But also, it's ways that I'm gonna list in the description box for you to be able to contact me too. If you wish to contact me outside of YouTube, then you can do so. So thank you for everyone who has dropped by, who has entertained this conversation. It's okay if you were turned off by this conversation, but I'm just doing God's will. And thank you for busting it up with me. Thank you for being here. And I appreciate everyone who stopped by. And I love y'all. Mwah. Peace.